we are off to do laser for the first time. Oh my God. What am I about to get myself into? I'm nervous, I'm excited, and I've been researching this for, let me not lie, not that long. I was at a party and someone had mentioned it and I was like, oh my gosh, I would do that. And they were saying how like it's just simple, it's like straight to the point, and it's way better than waxing and shaving. I've been waxing for like the last, I don't know, 10 years. So I was like, yeah, I have to look at it. That was years ago. Now, like about a month ago, I finally got serious about researching like the pros, the cons, the price, all the things. I'm going to drop everything that I've learned so far without even going to my first appointment. And I'm going to bring you guys along with me actually getting it done. I do not know if I can actually record myself in there because it definitely said no use of phones during the treatment. So I don't know if I can actually record, but I'm definitely gonna let you know how it went, because all of the videos that I was watching about their experience and the pros and cons and things like that, even the price, it was like it varied from person to person. So I definitely want to put my own experience up on YouTube because it might help someone. But the reason why I wanted to get laser is because I feel like I'm damaging my skin shaving my armpits for sure. And I haven't really gotten the results that I want. Y'all are all the way down here. I haven't really gotten the results that I've wanted with waxing. Like, it's just been kind of hit or miss, and it's been very disappointing because I've been going to the same person for years. We used to be in the same building with our salon suites. So when she moved to open up her wax spot, I moved to open up my salon, and I just kept using her. But it just feels like it hasn't been the same, and I could take responsibility because I don't go often enough. So I'm not really blaming her. I'm more so blaming the fact that I want it to be super smooth for weeks. It has not been like that. Like, now I get a wax and it's not like hair is growing back in a couple of days, like little pricklies, and I don't remember that ever happening. And yeah, I'm just not enjoying the results anymore like I used to. I used to be like a smooth little baby for a while, but it's not like that anymore. I made it, and it wasn't that bad, but it definitely, it hurt. It was like an irritating pain. So I'm only time stamping this so I know exactly how long it just took, but I'll be back. Okay, so first things first, I have been getting waxes since maybe like 8 years ago. And when I first started getting waxes, of course it hurt like crazy, but I loved the results of my skin being smooth. I loved that I didn't have to shave, even though I really wasn't shaving before then. Then it was just like, it's gonna do whatever it needs to do. But I love that I didn't have to shave, and that the results typically for me lasted a couple of weeks, okay? Your girl was baby smooth for a couple of weeks. But as time went on, I started to feel like my wax results weren't the same as they were before. My hair started growing back pretty quickly, like right after a wax. It would grow back like maybe 2 or 3 days, like little stubble. And I'm just like, did the hair kind of break off during the wax, or what's going on? But besides that, I have just never liked the experience of waxing. I just feel like them just digging all up in there and waxing and ripping and all that is just not good for the girl, okay? So I was introduced to laser by someone who was already doing it, like at a party, and she was saying like, yeah, this is great, I love it, it doesn't really hurt, the results last quite a while. She loved it, and I ended up kind of deep diving into, okay, so what is it about? how much does it cost? What is the commitment? And how am I supposed to find someone that I can truly trust? Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. When I started researching laser hair removal, I learned a couple of things. One, it is not permanent hair removal. It is just hair reduction. That's what they say. So over time of you getting laser hair removal, you will just grow less hair in certain areas. So I've heard a lot of people say that it is like a little patchy. They just kind of grow hair here and there, or it takes a very long time for them to grow any hair. When they do, it's really fine and it's really scarce. So that just means that it has reduced the amount of hair that you grow in a particular area. But I have found that they used to say permanent hair removal, and now they don't. They say hair reduction. And that's because it's not permanent, and it does not mean that you will not have hair at all 100%. Okay, that's the first thing that I learned, which made me feel like, okay, so then why would I do this instead of waxing, right? So I kept going down the rabbit hole. The other thing that I learned is that people were saying that laser hair removal is not for like Black women or people of like any type of pigment, to be honest with you. Okay, and I was like, wait, what? And you see, I have always been considered light skinned my whole entire life, so I'm like, does that pertain to me? Girl, yes. Okay, when I went to my initial appointment, she told me that I would be considered dark skinned, and I was like, what? I'm jumping ahead, but okay, so let me back. So there was a time where these places that were offering laser hair removal, they probably only had like one, what is it called? Machine, no, tool or whatever, like the actual laser. They only had one type. And now that more research has come out, and now that, you know, they want to basically extend their target audience to not just like white people or white women, but like women of color, people of color. I keep saying people because men get it too. Now a lot of these laser hair removal places, they have 2 to 3 different machines that cater to your skin type. So I was kind of scared about that because I did watch some older laser hair removal videos and reviews, and they were talking about that thing, like, you know, it's gonna burn your skin, it's not meant for us. Then I started watching newer ones, and I even watched this lady who was a medical professional. I forget what her real title was, but she was just saying that, you know, laser is very safe, but it is just a reduction, it's not permanent, and there are different lasers now that can be used on darker skin or people that have more pigment. So that was one of the things that I was like, okay, I did not know that. We are learning a lot. Okay, so that was one of the things. The other thing was I learned that you still have to shave before every laser hair removal appointment. This was a little weird for me because I already don't like shaving. I already don't shave because I've always gotten waxes in like the last, I don't know, since I've been in my 20s and 30s. It's like, I don't want to have to go back to shaving because I don't even do that now. But you do have to shave your area before you go, and they want you to do it 12 to 24 hours before. And another thing that I learned in terms of the shaving part is that the laser is really just trying to find the pigment underneath the skin. So like the hair that's left underneath the skin but still attached to the follicle. The only reason why I know stuff like this is because I'm a master cosmetologist and a hairstylist. So all the information about like hair growing cycles and underneath the layers and all that, I nerd out about that stuff because I was like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Anyway, so the laser is trying to pinpoint the hair underneath the skin and basically, like, I don't know, kill off the hair. So the hair will still grow and be pushed out of the skin, but it'll just fall off because the laser has attacked it from underneath the skin within the follicle. So you have to shave as close as you can and as close to the appointment as you can, because if you leave hair above the surface, that laser will kind of zap your skin instead of trying to zap inside of your like going into the skin to zap the hair within the skin. And I've seen a lot of people post videos about how there was a time they tried it out, and so they didn't shave too close to their appointment, and they did have the stubble and the hair above the skin, and it hurt like hell. And then I had people, YouTube videos that I was watching, and it was like, as long as you shave like really, really close to your skin and right before your appointment, you should be fine, okay? So don't forget to do that if you're going to do laser. For me, I shaved this morning, and I shaved at 9 a.m. My appointment was at 10:30 a.m. Okay, so I don't know if I'm supposed to do it that close to the appointment, but it was fine. Going back to how the hair is actually like removed over time, because I thought that when I go to this appointment, they're gonna zap the hair and the hair is not gonna grow back. That's not the case. She told me that over time, I'm going to see random little hairs in my panties. Like, I don't really sleep with a lot of clothes, so I'll just find hair like any and everywhere, because now it's being pushed out of the follicle, it's pushed out of the skin, and then it just falls out. So you're still going to be growing hair, and it's going to go like through a purging period, or you're literally gonna see little hairs everywhere, which is interesting. But you do just have to think of it like you just shaved. You still make it like some shaving bumps or whatever, and you will still see hair coming through the skin. It should just eventually fall out though. So that was the other thing. And I was like, okay. At this point, I'm like, do I really want to do this if I have to shave, if it's still going to grow out, if I'm going to have possibly shaving bumps and stuff like that, if it's not actually permanent? Like, why would I do it? But again, going back to my experience with waxing, it just is so unpleasant that I would just rather not do it anymore. And I want long-term results. You really do want to find someone who has all three machines or lasers, so that, you know, no matter who you are, you're going to a place that can cater to your skin. So I was researching different places, and another video I saw said a lot about going to medical spas as opposed to just going to someone who just offers laser, because they truly know the skin conditions and all of those things. So I actually found a medical spa. I actually asked my friend to ask the person from that party who told me about laser who she goes to now. And so she was going to someone before because they offered a package to where, you know, they get like 5 free treatments or whatever. And then once she got those free treatments, she went to somewhere else because the prices was pretty high. So I definitely did try to get a referral, because again, I don't know this. I don't know this concept. Okay, so I need someone to refer me to somebody. So I found that person through my friend's friend, and it is called Nyah Med Spa. So it's literally like in a dentist's office, and they do like skin treatments. They do, what is it called that everybody be trying to get in their face? Injections. And then they do hair removal, and they're like, everybody's literally wearing scrubs, and everybody is certified. So yeah, I went there, I did my consultation, and you go in, you want to make sure that they are a medical professional. You want to make sure that they make you do a consultation, and you have to sign off on an intake form, because if they don't do these types of preliminary things, or if they're not a medical professional, if anything truly were to happen to your skin, would you trust them to help you figure out what to do next? Because I wouldn't, to be very honest with you. And I saw some horror stories on YouTube about people going to just these laser spas, and although they're like aesthetically pleasing, it's beautiful, everybody there just knows how to zap you, and they don't really know. They need to know more about the skin, and they need to know more about treating the skin and all those types of things. So I went to my appointment. She was just telling me like, okay, it's going to feel like this, like someone just going like this, but a little bit harder. Or like if someone were to like snap a rubber band, it's gonna feel like that over and over again, only on the areas that you have coarse hair. So, and I was familiar with this word because all it means is how wide or big the diameter of your hair is. So if you have fine wispy hair, then that's fine hair. If you have like medium, like you can see, you can feel a strand of hair, then that's medium. But if you have coarse, that means the diameter of your hair strand is pretty thick and very prominent to the eye. And when you touch it, you can feel like you have a hair strand in your, like in between your fingers. So she was like, all the areas where you have coarse hair, that is going to hurt the most, The areas that you have really fine hair, very wispy hair, you won't really feel it. I love that they had a chart similar to like when you go to your doctor's office and they're taking notes and they're keeping it in your client profile. So she was writing these things down, and then she asked me what areas I wanted to do. So at first I just wanted to do my underarms and my Brazilian. But when she was explaining it, she was saying that the Brazilian is not going to get the butt strip, and I've seen on YouTube that they don't really get like the butt at all. It's just like the front area of the Brazilian. Even inside the lips, they do get that. But the front area of the Brazilian, I was like, then I'm gonna have to go home and shave everything else. That's ghetto. I don't want to do that. So I told her I want my underarms, I want the Brazilian, and I want the butt strip, and then I also want the buttocks. Okay, I need the cheeks smooth, and I don't want to have to go home and shave. So she considered that 7 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somehow it was 7 areas. Okay, I'm not really sure how she counted that, or it was 6 or 7. But they do it off of big areas, small areas, medium-sized areas. The Brazilian is considered a big area. The butt strip is considered a small area. I think one underarm is considered a small area. So things like that. That's how they give you your pricing and create your sessions. And she was also telling me that you buy packages basically, so that it's not very expensive. So you would get a package of 8 sessions, and you would pay for those 8 sessions one time, so that every time you come in, you're not checking out, you're not paying anything additional, and those 8 sessions would literally last you for a year, because you're coming back like every 6 weeks. For some people, they have to come back every 4 weeks. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but your professional will tell you why. She told me to come back every 6 weeks. And so I was counting it up, and I was like, oh, that's a year of treatment, so cool. However, in a lot of the YouTube videos about laser, people who have gone through 8 sessions have said that it wasn't really until the 10th to 12th session that they really did not have much hair there at all. I have heard that your underarms stop producing hair way faster than your Brazilian or any other area like on your body. And so a lot of people say that your underarms is so worth it, and like 8 to 10 sessions is exactly what you need. But to make this less costly, you want to pay for the packages. You don't want to pay every time you go. So it's not going to be the same as going to go get a wax where you just pay every time you go. You definitely want to catch them at a sale or a deal and buy the package. So for me, they were doing Black Friday in July, which was interesting. So girl, I paid $444 for 8 sessions of my Brazilian, the whole butt area in my underarms. $444. When I was researching how much laser hair removal cost for people, their 8 session package or whatever, they were talking about thousands, and they were not talking about multiple areas. So I don't know. A part of me feels like it's because they did not go to like the medical professionals, but I'm not sure. That's just like a theory. I think they went to like just these laser hair removal spas, which hikes up the price because they're trying to give you this spa-like branding. But I just went to, literally, I pulled into a dentist parking lot and went into a dentist office, and they had different rooms in the back for anything that had to do with skin, and hair removal is skin. So I was like, oh my God, I have to do this today. And before that, before I added like the butt area, I think she said it was like $375 or something like that. And she did tell me that the discount was about $150 or more. So let's just say that I didn't go for Black Friday in July. I probably would have paid around $600 for all areas that I just mentioned for the rest of the year, coming in every 6 weeks for 8 sessions. So I've kind of already said that I went to do my consultation. The lady was nice. She seemed like she was confident in doing darker skin. And she answered all of my questions, which weren't many because again, I had already seen thousands of YouTube videos, so I was more so getting her to confirm what I saw. I did my consultation, I left, I paid, and then I left. And we literally booked my first laser hair removal the week after, which was today. Okay, so like I said, I shaved this morning. I don't know if that is cutting it too close, but that's what I did. You can't have any deodorant, any sunscreen. You can't have those areas exposed to sun. You can't be on any antibiotics. You can't have any type of like brightening serums or lotions on any of the areas that you're going to treat. I know all of those for a fact. Anything else, I'll just put on the stream. When I went, she just had me dressed from the waist down because I already had this type of shirt on and I was doing my underarms. I kept the shirt on and just had to like lift my arm. I'll remember to wear something like this next time too. And yeah, it was very quick. However, it actually does hurt, but it's not the type of hurt from waxing. It's so different. It really is that rubber band snap that she was saying, and it's quick. So she literally was under this arm for like 30 seconds, this arm for 30 seconds, the front Brazilian, I want to say took like 2 minutes, and then the back, I mean, she was just going in on the butt. She was just like do. And so that did not take long at all. I honestly think overall everything took 10 minutes, and that's from her talking to me before she even started the treatment, to doing the treatment on all the areas, to me putting my clothes on and then looking at the clock. My appointment was at 10:30. I think she brought me back at 10:32, and I was putting on my clothes at 10:49, I believe. Also, when I get waxes, I'm still very sore there. For like the next 2 days, like my skin is just sore and a little sensitive. But with this, I mean, the zaps, it happens so quick and the pain is so temporary that by the time you walk out, you feel like you didn't even do anything. So that was relieving. That yes, it does hurt a little bit, nothing like waxing, and the pain does not last more than a millisecond. Once she's on to the next like area, you don't feel the other areas anymore. So I love the fact that when she was doing it, there's like a cool mist that kind of comes to the surface as she's lasering. So it kind of relieves, you know, any pain also. When she's lasering though, it does smell like burnt hair. And I saw that in a lot of people's YouTube videos, and I was like, that's gonna be creepy because I'm smelling like her singe my hair. That's weird. But you do smell that, so that is happening. And she gives you like these goggles for you to protect your eyes. So that was my experience. I mean, I wish I could say a lot more, but it was literally just that simple, that quick. I had a coaching call that I needed to get on like at 12 o'clock. I thought I needed all this time for the appointment, but I ended up getting home almost an hour before my call, and I was like, oh wow, that was quick. So post-care, I have the notes. If it is truly irritating you, the lighting just changed, don't mind that. But if it's truly irritating you, you can apply an ice pack or aloe vera. The place that I went to, when you're done, she has you put aloe vera on all the areas, and so I was fine. Or hydrocortisone to calm any itching or burning. You do want to avoid sun exposure for 2 to 4 weeks after your treatment, and I've learned that that's because, well, I don't know about post-treatment, but before your treatment, you also have to avoid sun exposure. And that is because, again, the laser is going after pigment. So if you just went outside and you got a little bit darker because of the sun, it's going to try to zap your skin and not go through your skin to zap the hair underneath the skin. So I saw this really traumatic YouTube video of this girl, and she got burned like pretty much everywhere that she got treated, and it was because she was in the sun days before that or the weekend before that. And the medical professional she told the medical professional, but she did not actually take it seriously or take it into account. So she ended up getting really bad burns, and it has taken her about a year to recover from that. So be mindful of that. For the first 24 hours after your treatment, avoid raising your body temperature. So exercises, hot tubs, hot showers, saunas, extracurricular activities. All those types of things you have to avoid in the first 24 hours. Waxing kind of tells you to do the same thing. After treatment, your skin may feel warm to the touch and sting as though you have a sunburn. You may also experience swelling. This is normal. The stinging sensation, as well as the pink red coloration, usually begins 15 minutes after the treatment and lasts just a few hours. I didn't experience any of that. And then please understand, laser is not down to an exact science. Therefore, every individual responds differently. We cannot guarantee 100% reduction. And everything else is just kind of like their disclaimer. But it was pretty simple. But again, that's because I did extensive research. I've been watching laser hair removal videos for the last almost 2 months. And because one of those laser hair removal videos was from a medical professional who gave me more information about like what to truly look out for and the fact that it is 100% safe. And I was like, lasering your skin just doesn't sound safe. So her saying that it is safe, but there are side effects for some people, it's like, okay, I can do this. So I'm going to come back with a follow-up. I think I'll do it like after my 4th treatment, because I don't think my 2nd or 3rd treatment is enough. But I'll come back after my 4th treatment, I'll let you know how it's going, and hopefully this has helped you make a decision on whether you want to do laser hair removal. And if you have any questions, comment below. I'll answer them as best I can. I'm a newbie out here, okay? So bear with me. But so far, I am with it. I'm down, I'm committed. The experience was pretty good to me, and I'm gonna keep going. Thanks for watching.